Hi YouTube, welcome back. This is part 2 of Chapter 4, Step 11. It is said that for meditation to be of value, the results must show in our daily lives. This fact is implicit in the 11th step, His will for us and the power to carry that out. For those of us who do not pray, meditation is our only way of working this step. We find ourselves praying because it brings us peace and restores our confidence and courage. It helps us to live a life that is free of fear and distrust. When we remove our selfish motives and pray for guidance, we find feelings of peace and serenity. We begin to experience an awareness and an empathy with other people that was not possible before working this step. As we seek our personal contact with God, we begin to open up as a flower in the sun. We begin to see that God's love for us has been present all the time, just waiting for us to accept it. We do the footwork and accept what's being given to us freely on a daily basis. We find relying on God becomes more comfortable for us. When we first come to the program, we usually ask for a lot of things that seem to be important wants and needs. As we grow spiritually and find a power greater than ourselves, we begin to realize that as long as our spiritual needs are met, our living problems are reduced to a point of comfort. When we forget where our real strength lies, we quickly become subject to the patterns of thinking and actions that got us in the program in the first place. We eventually redefine our beliefs and understanding to the point where we see that our greatest need is for the knowledge of God's will for us and the strength to carry that out. What we are able to set aside, we are able to set aside some of our personal preference because we learn that God's will for us consists of the very things we most value. God's will for us becomes our own true will for ourselves. This happens in an intuitive manner that cannot be adequately explained in words. We become willing to let other people be who they are without having to pass judgment on them. The urgency to take care of things isn't there anymore. We couldn't comprehend acceptance in the beginning. Today we can. We know that whatever the day brings, God has given us everything we need for our spiritual well-being. It's all right for us to admit powerlessness because God is powerful enough to help us stay clean and to enjoy spiritual progress. God is helping us to get our house in order. We begin to see more clearly what is real. Through constant contact with a higher power, the answers that we seek come to us. We gain the ability to do what we could once not excuse me. We gain the ability to do what we once could not. We respect the beliefs of others. We encourage you to seek strength and guidance according to your belief. We are thankful for this step because we begin to get what is best for us. Sometimes we prayed for our wants and got trapped once we got them. We could pray and get something and then have to pray for its removal because we couldn't handle it. Hopefully, having learned that the power of prayer and the responsibility prayer brings with it, we can use the 11th step as a guidance for our daily program. We begin to pray only for God's will for us. This way we are getting only what we are capable of handling. We are able to respond to it and handle it because God helps us prepare for it. Some of us simply use the words to give thanks for God's grace. In an attitude of surrender and humility, we approach this step again and again to receive the gift of knowledge and strength from God of our understanding. The 10th step clears away the errors of the present so we may work the 11th step. Without this step, it is unlikely that we could experience a spiritual awakening, practice spiritual principles in our lives, or carry a sufficient message to attract others to recovery. There is a spiritual principle of giving away what we have been given in Narcotics Anonymous in order to keep it. By helping others to stay clean, we enjoy the benefits of the spiritual wealth that we have found. We must give freely and gratefully that which has been freely and gratefully given to us. Thanks for listening. Join me again for step 12. I will finally get these steps out of the way. Maybe we can move on with the book a little bit. I appreciate everything. I appreciate all your wonderful comments. Keep watching my videos, and if anyone out there needs to find a meeting, remember dial 1-888-NA-WORKS. Love you. Bye.